get a job and then you get a woman, because women can't work. But now that women have finally gotten to work,
I'll get back to destiny in a second, but before I do that, I want you to listen to this clip by Sterling Cooper.
Here's something that guys do when they're trying to attract a woman that women absolutely hate: neediness. No willingness whatsoever to walk away. No matter what she does, no matter what she says, no matter how rude or disrespectful she is, a guy having absolutely no boundaries and no willingness to walk away is a absolutely repulsive, unattractive trait.
You may or may not be aware of who Sterling Cooper is, but a quick Google search will solve that question for you. But what he's talking about here harkens back to a simple idea of Stoicism, which is defined as, by Google anyways, as the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings or without complaint. If you have a woman that you like, or a woman that you were with and she's not with you anymore, you can not control what she did or if she likes you or not, but you can control your reaction to her. If you're of my generation and you're in an intimate relationship and you're trying to keep it viable by working at it, or if the relationship is coming undone and you guys are moving apart, or even if you split apart, we were taught to have reactions like this, where you mourn the relationship, where you express your sorrow, where you beg for the person to not leave, or in this case, it's the end of the road, or you talk about the times when things used to be better and reminiscing how lately things aren't as well as they used to be, or you sing about the fact that you only think about this person at two occasions, daytime and nighttime, all the opposite of Stoicism. Born as a slave during the Roman Empire, Epictetus is known as one of the fathers of Stoicism, if not the father of Stoicism itself. You can see in this quote, he says, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." A very primary tenet in Stoicism: focus on the things you can control, and the things that are outside of your control, you gotta let that stuff go. And of course, his famous pupil, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, made this quote, which I think is apropos to not just this particular TikTok, but to some of the interesting goings on in the manosphere at the moment and just life in general. You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Realize this and you'll find strength. Focus on the things that you can control, and what you can control most is the way that you view the things that are happening.
for the majority of human history, men needed to bring one thing to the table to get almost any girl they wanted, and that's an income. That was the only fucking work that we had to put in. Whereas women from birth are trained to do a lot of things around the household. Like women are cleaning the house, they're taking care of siblings, and like the boys are treated as like little princes. They have to do good in school and they gotta do that. But for the most part, like men just need to get a job and then you get a woman, because women can't work. But now that women have finally gotten to work, women have also been putting in all this work like emotionally to figure out how to manage their friends and do all that bullshit or whatever, stuff that men traditionally don't care about. But now we're in the world where we go out to the dating market, we're like, hey, I've got an income, and a woman's like, okay, and what else? And you're like, my dad didn't train me for this. Nobody in society is talking about this because men traditionally haven't had to compete in other areas. So I think the important thing is to tell men, hey, don't be a schizoid loser. Learn how to like take care of your house. You should be able to do dishes and do the laundry. Of course, have more than like one fucking piece of furniture in your whole apartment. Okay, don't piss all over the fucking toilet seat when you're at somebody's house.
I think TikToks like these are a good opportunity for us to practice some stoicism. When you hear someone say something so flat as, when kids are growing up, girls do all the work and boys just play all the time and get treated like princesses, that's begging for a what about response. Or even when he says, when men grow up and decorate your house and have more than just a mattress on the floor and be able to clean and not have a dirty toilet, again, he's making big assumptions that men are just grown babies. Again, your first reaction, if you're overly emotional, is to see what he's talking about and say, no, you're wrong. But Stoicism says, okay, well, this is the world we're living in. Now that women are working, they want more out of men. Okay, well, I can control not just how I date and what women I date, but I can choose my opinion or how I choose to view it, how I choose to view the world that I'm living in. As black men, we need to be stoic. We need more stoic black men because we have plenty of the opposite. And an old friend is going to explain this to us.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. Tonight, we're getting real about some violence we've been seeing in Miami Beach over the weekend. Things have gotten so bad this spring break, Miami Beach is now under a state of emergency, imposing a curfew last night to control rowdy spring breakers. This comes after 2 in one of the most popular spring break locations in the country.
Because of a few minutes of inability to control his emotions, the rest of this young man's life is forever changed. And it takes us right back to Stoicism. If you're able to control your emotions in a situation where you're being dishonored, or a girl is not choosing you, she's walking away, and instead of showing that overt emotion, being able to control it and pack it back down, show a different face, you can have a different outcome. And most likely, instead of trying to get a group of college students to go away from the beach, you'd have business owners welcoming people there that are patrons to go to their businesses and help them make money. But we unfortunately have a overabundance of non-stoicism, if you will. One thing that I have learned in my time overseas is that it's not personal. 9 times out of 10, it's not personal. It's just a common misunderstanding. And even if it is personal, it goes back to the fact that it's about the business of you, the business of your brand. We live in a world where we have unique challenges that no one else has seen before in terms of mating. With the dating apps, and everyone wants someone that's 7'7" and they can dunk a basketball and they can rap and they wear a suit and they look like Tupac. But we don't have to live in a world where we're dealing with Jim Crow, or we're dealing with being packed in slave ships, or dealing with having to work sun up and sundown and eating cornbread gruel with collard greens and a little bit of ham hock in it, and having our siblings sold away from us. We live in a world with our own unique challenges. And in this world, we need to have a more stoic look about how we deal with not just the world around us, but the relationships as well. And if a woman, she wants to leave, or women aren't giving you the attention, hey, it is what it is. Head down, focus on what I can control, and keep things in a sphere of influence to where I can control if I wash, I can control if I go out looking decent, if I make money, if I have my own place. Most importantly, control my attitude about all of it. And if somebody says something that rubs me the wrong way, hey, that's what you say, you live with what you say, but I got the business of me to tend to. We need more of that and less of the super emotional things that have us not being able to go to spring break anymore. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.